to Top to Bottom Male Romance Podcast, where we celebrate all things male romance. I am Jessica.
And I'm Markie.
And this is our April Bottom episode.
Yes, before we get into all the shenanigans of this episode, I need to remind you we do have reader groups. We have one on Goodreads and one on Facebook. You can jump into those at any time and talk to us about our bottom picks for the month, recommend new things for us to read, tell us about a new comic book or show that you're getting into, anything that's related to male romance. You can jump in and talk to us about it. We also have a Patreon. Our patrons get inside information about upcoming interviews that we have and get an option to submit questions to said interview person. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, make sure you do so.
Yep. And if you haven't had a chance to do so yet, make sure you go and rate us on whatever it is you listen to us on, because it helps other people find us too.
Yes.
So how are you?
So good. I mentioned kind of offhand in the last episode that my puppy was sick, and I don't know if I explained enough to let everyone know she's okay. And I felt guilty about it kind of afterwards because oh yeah, my dog's sick anyway. So update on the Cassie bear. She's on some better medicine and she's doing a lot better now. But the week prior to us recording, she was pretty sick and I was like the saddest sack in the world. But she's better now and will probably show up eventually in this recording and annoy me while I'm talking to you. So she's back to normal.
Sweet Princess Cassie Bear.
Yes, sweet Princess Cassie Bear.
You will need to put a picture of her in the show notes, I think.
Absolutely. You guys will have to look at my dog. Look at my dog. But other than that, I have been viciously sick. Right before we started recording, I didn't know if I wanted to actually bring this up or not. But yeah, for the past 24 hours, I've been wanting to die. I ended up buying these pre-mixed vodka drinky things at the liquor store on total impulse because...
Yeah, back up a second there, because we were at the liquor store together.
Yes.
And there was this chick with samples. And I walked past her because I was looking for you. Mm. And she's like, hey, did you want a sample? I'm like, no, I'm good. And I keep walking and I find you. You're like, you need to get these things. And it was those things she was sampling.
Yes. So I came home from work. No, I wasn't at work. It was Sunday night. So I came home from hanging out with my family and I had 2 of those. And I'm not a lush. I usually have 1 or 2 glasses of wines and not every night because that makes me sound like I have a problem. Every other night or so, it's not good. But I can handle alcohol fine is what I'm trying to say. So I had 2 of those while watching Special, which we'll talk about later in the episode. I was like, oh, these are pretty good, whatever, right? And so I was feeling pretty good, texting Jess about the show and we were being nerds. And then I went to bed. And then from that point until, I don't know, an hour ago, I felt like I was dying. Just horrible. And I've been hungover before. I've had my party days or whatever, but this was I think my body thought I had ingested bleach or something because it was a nightmare. I wanted to just crawl into a hole and die. So maybe be careful about buying pre-mixed canned alcoholic beverages. I don't know, man. I've never drank those before. Apparently I can't.
I know. And meanwhile, I have a 4-pack that I haven't touched yet that I don't even want to touch them anymore.
I don't know, man. I guess they're either I'm a weenie and I just can't handle stuff like that anymore, or those are deadly. I have no idea, but whoosh, it was bad.
At least they weren't all that expensive, which might have been part of the problem.
Yeah, that's maybe it should have been our first warning sign. Oh, they're $1? Okay.
Well, they weren't quite that cheap, but...
I know, but that's a steal.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What about you? What's new in Jess world?
Not a ton. Fairly boring. I am getting closer to unleashing my writer alter ego onto the world, so that's fun. I'm working with an artist to get my logo and stuff going, and I'm, doing writing slowly, but got the website going, working on it. That's neat.
That is very neat.
Going to the Renaissance Festival this weekend. Looking forward to that because I'm a nerd and you're coming with me, right?
I'm pretty sure I am. I brought it up to Alex before he left today and he didn't quite answer my question and just kind of started talking about when he went with his friends. I don't know if we've talked about this on the show.
Not on the show.
But not on the show. Okay. So my husband is not a nerd in the same way me and Jess are about the Renaissance Fair. When me and Jess go, we go and garb and shit. We have no chill. We love it. And so Alex is not that kind of dude, but he went with a bunch of his friends and did the stay overnight camping thing there. And apparently the Renaissance Festival, or at least the one he went to, at night turns into this like super party of debauchery. Like there was like drinking and naked Jenga and like people getting flogged and like just like an intense level party. And Alex may not be a nerd, but he was like kind of one of those popular kids in high school that like went and partied and drank, so he knows how to like handle his liquor really well.
Oh my god, is he a free scone person?
Yeah, he was when he was younger.
Wow.
Like he regales when he was quote young and cute. He used to go to gay bars and get free drinks, and that was like his favorite thing because he'd get free drinks all night because he was young and cute, had long hair, and was like 22 and in great shape. So he was that guy.
Sorry.
And the free scone person will make sense later when we're talking about that. But yeah, no, he totally fucking was, and now he's like one of the normies. Yeah, so he like went on this like 3-night crazy ass party bender thing at the Renaissance Fair and like almost fought a Viking and like just all this crazy shit. And I'm like, oh, I just like to go watch the nights and have some mead. Like just I can't even imagine partying that hard outside of all damn places. So yeah, he didn't answer me was a long-winded way of saying that. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go.
Yes, prepare thyself for merriment and all that.
I shall.
So aside from personal bits, something I am very excited about, zero secret to anybody if you've listened to more than one episode of us, we're both massive fans of Gail Carriger.
Yes.
And the timing is not working out right, so we aren't going to be able to pick her book as our book pick for next month, which makes me really sad, but I'm going to read it anyway. So anybody who wants to jump into the reader groups, I'll be joining in there if anybody wants to read it with me. But The Fifth Gender, which is a sci-fi space station procedural romance sci-fi. I don't know, it sounds freaking great. It's Gail, so it's going to be hilarious and smart and funny, and it sounds like it's going to be pretty sexy too. It comes out May 18th, so cool. That's why it doesn't quite fit into being a May book release, because it comes out awfully late in the month, but I will absolutely be reading that. You guys should read it too, and yes, excited. Do that. Got any other news before we want to jump into our side banana?
No, I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't think so. So yeah, side banana.
Side banana.
So we ended up, if you didn't catch the top episode, our side banana for the month of April was watching the new Netflix original special, which is about a gay man with cerebral palsy. And I knew it was going to be funny. Was not expecting to be charmed off my ass. Like that, after the second episode, I was fully invested. I had to know what happened. Like the first episode, at least for me, was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cute. But like I was kind of commenting this morning, it's very California. Like it's just that whole lifestyle and the way people, and I know this is a satire. Like nobody's, I hope to God, not that like ridiculous, like that. What was the evil boss lady's name? Olivia. Okay. So I'm hoping Olivias don't really exist, but oh my God. So yeah, like the first episode was a lot to take in because she was so bad. Like she was so grating and awful, and I knew she was supposed to be, but I was like, my God, like is his whole thing going to be like this poor guy getting stepped on? But damn it was so funny and charming, and the characters were so good. And along with it being funny and charming, it really kind of kicks you in the feels pretty fucking hard.
Yes. Well, and before we get too far, this is actually based on a real life story written actually by the lead character. Character in the show's name is Ryan. Well, his name in real life is Ryan O'Connell. He wrote this whole thing, and it is at least mildly autobiographical, because basically the premise is that he is a gay man with CP and a helicopter mother, and I don't know about the helicopter mother part being part of the real life part, but and this isn't really too much of a spoiler, but at the beginning he gets hit by a car, and somebody he gets this new job, and somebody at the new job mistakes the fact that he got hit by a car as to why he was limping as opposed to being CP. And he was like, oh, I can let people see me for, oh crap, I got an accident and not that I have a disability. Sweet, yeah, let's do that. And so he lets everybody believe that his limp is from a car accident and not from CP. And that actually, he did that in real life. Ryan O'Connell did that. And he wrote a book about it called I'm Special and Other Lies We Tell Ourselves. And yeah, that's something that you can get. It's got audio that he narrates, which should be great because he is a treasure of a person. And everybody should listen to that. But yeah, it's just crazy cool that it, autobiographical in that, hyperbolized way, and super awesome that it's somebody with CP and that is gay portraying a person with CP that is gay. Like it's so rare that, those kinds of roles can be representative of the people who actually are those things.
Yeah, for sure. That is extremely important and very powerful. And like we've mentioned, like I guess would we still say that character, or would we just say Ryan at this point? Because like I adore him so much. Like
Yes.
I want him. Like I think he's so fucking funny, and his journey through this series, it's kind of like cringy's not the right word because that makes it sound like I'm like ugh, but like he's so awkward around like hot dudes, and I'm like, bro, I feel you. Like it's just I can relate and I get it, and it's just man, I want him to live happily ever after. But I guess should we try not to spoil too much because I kind of want to bring up certain parts, or should we just like, hey, warning, we might spoil some things?
Well,
Because we watched the whole thing.
yeah, and to say before we get into any spoilers, anybody who wants to, pause it or skip forward, if you have 2 hours, you can finish it. All of the episodes are about 15 minutes long, and they're only 8 episodes, which is awesome and awful at the same time because I would have watched 10 times longer. It's fucking charming and awesome and an emotional roller coaster that I was not expecting. Well, I guess I kind of expected an emotional roller coaster, but not quite the one I got. So if you haven't watched it, please just skip this forward, like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes and come back and listen to the rest of the episode. But we are going to do some light spoilers without really tagging the ending, I think.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be real blatant. So just depends on your spoiler sensitivity. Yeah, like 5 minutes. Ready to go. So.
Yeah, we're on the clock now.
I wanted to ship him with every single male he met. Like,
Yeah.
It was so, every interaction yes, while awkward, was so real and adorable, and like not, aside from like little moments, wasn't like painfully awkward. It was like real kind of awkward.
Right. And that's why I think I loved it so much, because it felt very organic and real. Like you could tell he just, I don't know what to do now. Like he's wanted this so bad, and now it's there, and he has no fucking idea, and he doesn't want to say he has no idea, because who fucking wants to say that in the heat of the moment, you know? I will say the first dude that like at the pool party that he meets up with, I liked him, and then immediately was like, wow, fuck you forever. When he was like, do you want to go for a swim? And like rubs his head and walks off. I was like, I will hit you.
I mean, he was kind of sweet about it, at least. Like he realized what he was dealing with, which was, like a virgin, right? And just didn't.
And some people don't want to handle that, and I understand, because it's a lot, and that's a lot. I get
he
it.
just took him to hook up at a pool party. He wasn't like trying to be boyfriends or whatever. He was just trying to hook up, and he didn't want to like that's too pure for that. You don't just hook up with a virgin.
Right.
It's just not cool. So I kind of respect that, and he was a funny character, and I liked him, and that's actually part of what made it sad to me, was that I liked his character. He was funny, and that's my weak spot. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
fair.
Dimples,
that's legit.
And he had dimples, so
I know dimples are your Achilles heel. That's
okay. To be
why
fair,
I like to put them in my story.
They're kind of almost everybody's Achilles heel.
True.
Dimples
yeah. I'm not going to say you're lying. I'm just saying that you. I know that you like them a bunch. So
shut up.
Anywho,
we're not talking about me.
Yeah, like the interactions with the characters. And we talked a little bit this morning about how much we loved Kim, because Kim's like, everyone needs a fucking Kim in their lives. Like, I love her so much. I need somebody, like, everybody needs that one friend who's just like, thinks you're a rock star, tells it how it is, and just is like, fuck it, let's have fun, you know?
Right.
She was just great. I love her so much.
Oh god, and that moment where she kind of leaves him hanging and texts him and tells him to be his own lube. I loved that. So good.
Yes. Pure move. My God. And with the mom character, Ryan's mom, I was expecting to kind of feel sorry for her kind of thing, because obviously she cares a lot about him and she's just worried, and she didn't come across as mean or malicious in any way. She was obviously very sweet and caring, but she just worries and frets, and like obviously Ryan is her entire world. But that one episode where you got to see like her day really solidified me being like, oh crap, I can never not like this character. Like my heart is 100% aligned with hers.
Yeah, and she's definitely kind of set up to not necessarily be a villain, but definitely be like the thorn in the side. But in that one episode, you definitely get to see the fact that she put her entire life on hold for him. Like she didn't even put it on hold, she just stopped it. Now her life is him, and that's why it was so jarring for her when he was wanting to step away. She didn't have anything else, and and then she gets that taste, and then and that goes awry when she was afraid of it upsetting Ryan. But she doesn't know any better. Like she just wants everybody to be happy. That's all she wanted, and it just blew up in her face. And I wanted to give her a hug.
Yeah, I feel the everyone being happy because I'm very much that person too. Like I want to somehow make everyone happy. And when it doesn't work, I can never understand why it doesn't work. Like it's just heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
So
Same. But yeah. Do you want to talk about the sex worker?
Oh God, I really loved him. And I know it's his job to be charming and accommodating. And he said he had other clients with like CP and stuff. But like, oh my God, that when he was just like, what did he say? He was like, well, I'll have sex eventually where I don't have to pay for it. And he's like, I believe you. You're really cute. And like, there's nothing wrong with you. And then like just cuddled with him. I was like,
but the more
my heart.
The thing that got me was when Ryan said, oh, I don't know. And he says, oh, honey, you don't have to know. And then he cuddled with him. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Fall in love and be together forever.
Yeah, I know. Even if that character never shows back up in Ryan's story, I want to know that guy's story. Like, who is his Prince Charming? Who does he end up with? I have to know. So, but yeah, that was so sweet.
I feel like we shouldn't talk about the other one because that's like writing up into the ending.
Right. Yeah. So we won't mention what you're alluding to, and we won't say what the ending is. But I will say that I was surprised it was because I guess I just didn't take into account that it was 8 episodes, but I did watch them like just play all and just watch them all, so it just felt like a movie and not like I was watching a series because typically series are like hours long. So I just thought I had a whole other chunk of stuff happening, and then it ends, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, no! I have to, like, you can't stop the story now. Now I need to know what happens. Yeah. Do we know when season 2's coming out?
I didn't find anything about that, but I did find apparently he had written this series for, I think it was Fox or somebody like that, and then it ended up getting picked up by Netflix. And so they took, because Fox asked for 15-minute episodes, so he did 15-minute episodes, and he said, luckily Netflix took it that way, so I didn't have to rewrite everything. But if he has his way, if they get picked up for a second season, then he'll be doing 30-minute episodes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Very cool. Like the 15-minute, it works. Like they were able to do a lot with those 15 minutes. Like it was very, very well done. So every single episode had a lot to it. It was very dense. So there wasn't a lot of filler, which was really nice. It would be kind of cool to have it stretched out to 30-minute chunks instead of 15, but honestly, it didn't feel like they were 15 minutes, man. It was just like, I just devoured that whole thing.
Yeah, me too. All in one sitting. It was great, and I was really sad when it was over. Oh shit, we have gone past our 5 minutes by far.
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back. Well, we screwed
Hopefully
up.
we didn't spoil anything. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's special. If you haven't watched it yet, please do so. It's absolutely worth your time. It's a very small chunk of time we're asking for you to do. Holy crap. If you follow us for the books that we read and the movies and animes and whatever that we watch, if you follow us for what we do, you will love this show.
Mm-hmm.
So, bottom pick.
Bottom picks. So we had technically 2, I guess, one official one and then one kind of unofficial side pick-ish thing. So we did How to Be a Normal Person was by TJ Klune was our official pick, but How to Be a Movie Star, which is the sequel kind of to that, came out very recently and we wanted to read it, so it was just an excuse for us to just binge both of those again. So I guess, are we gonna do like full spoilers for both?
No.
Or are we just doing full spoilers for How to Be a Normal Person?
We can do full spoilers for How to Be a Normal Person, and we can dance at How to Be a Movie Star.
Okay.
So Grumpy Gus is one of my favorite book characters of all time.
Yeah.
I love him.
It's hard not to love that man. Jesus.
So How to Be a Normal Person is about a very unlikely human being who lives in a small mountain town in Oregon with albino ferret named Harry S. Truman, and he runs a video store. And yes, this is set in present day. He also, when his father passed, inherited basically the majority of the town and a good amount of money. So he's really comfortable. He's not a money slut by any means. So he lives really, really chill and drives an old car and lives a simple life and reads encyclopedias for fun. And I adore him so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's wonderful. And of course, typical TJ Klune fashion, all the side characters are just like, how can you not love the We Three Queens? Like, they're holy shit. They're some of my favorite people that's ever fictionally existed.
Yes, absolutely. They're freaking great. And they kind of help pull Gus out of his shell and bring out, because he's got such a dry personality and he really hates interacting with people and stuff, but they've kind of forced him, and he would never admit it out loud, but he loves them and respects them and stuff, and is also probably a little afraid of them. So he, they frequent his video store, and so they kind of keep him on his toes. And then this asexual stoner hipster starts working at the coffee shop across the street.
Lottie's lattes, because she likes you a latte.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but I'm grinning like an ass.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah.
So both of these books are just filled with just sunshine and happy and a little bit of squeezing your heart, and just mostly it's just, if you need feel good books, freaking read these books. They're great. They
Yeah,
have amazing characters and a fantastic setting, and it's all just beautiful.
yeah, it really is. Like there was a reason that we picked these. Like when I was not in a good place, this is one of those series that just forces you. These books are the We Three Queens of your life. Like they're going to force you to be happy and interact with people even if you don't want to because you're sad. Like just it's great. Plus it's never not funny to read about somebody being stoned out of their fucking mind. Like it's like that. Those books had me laughing so fucking hard. Like the Strawberry Festival,
Yes.
probably one of the best written things that I've ever read. It's so good.
Makes me really want
I'm
some
allergic
quiche.
to strawberries. Yeah.
Oh my god. We're not making
I couldn't handle that. Like the fucking lead up to that stupid festival, like all the stuff that they've gone through, and then they get there and Casey's like, "Oh, I'm allergic to strawberries." I was like, "I'm gonna die. I'm done."
Oh, and
like I was just like, go ahead.
I was gonna say the whole premise too is that Gus starts to get this accidental crush on the asexual stoner hipster and freaks out, realizes he needs to know how to be normal because he thinks he needs to be normal for this person to like him, even though he'd never admit to wanting this guy to like him. So he like goes through all of this shit to get the internet.
Oh my god, I'm ordering the internet. Yes, hello. I would like the internet, please.
Oh, and the audio, man. The audio is just the voice actor just got Gus so perfect in his dryness. But yeah, they do the whole, like, all of his calls to the internet company where he talks to Mitzi with an I and Mitzi with a Y and all of that. When he gets the internet, he finds this ridiculous website about how to be a normal person, and it gives the most ridiculous advice. And because he doesn't know any better, he follows this ridiculous advice. And because Casey, the hipster, is just so cool about everything and just likes Gus regardless, he just kind of like goes with it. Like, okay, man, this is cool, man. Like, it's just fucking great.
The salad is definitely not the bomb. Oh shit, man.
And I still really want a pair of Yasser Era pants.
I know. Like, if anybody who listens to this knows somebody who can draw or make fabric, please talk to us about it, because we need some Yasser Era pants.
But yes.
So bad.
So much. Yeah, so how to be a movie star.
Yes. So one of the characters that's introduced in How to Be a Normal Person is Josie, or Josiah, who is this impossibly naive puppy dog of a person who's one of Casey's friends from California who wants to be a movie star. He wants to be in movies, and his whole big dream is to be an actor.
And
this man,
I wouldn't necessarily super, I mean, he is a little naive, but he is also a literal ball of sunshine, and I think they put it that way in the book as well.
Yeah, I mean, he just would never think ill of somebody ever. Like the default setting for everyone for him is that they're good people unless they prove otherwise. So he approaches everyone the same way. Like he's friendly and sweet and wonderful to every single person until they do something to change his mind, like Mason.
Right.
But for the most part, everybody is just like his new best friend. So I don't know how TJ could have gotten into this man's headspace, because I've never met somebody has no like satirical or cynical bone in their body. Like every time like he interacts with Gus, and Gus is nothing but cynical and sarcastic and dry and grumpy Gus, and he's just like, their friendship is the best thing that's ever happened.
Very, very much so. And Gus would deny it until the day he died.
Yeah. I won't give anything away, but the handshake scene, my heart.
Yeah, indeed. So much about that book just had my heart in its grips, but not like in the, TJ Klune Wolfsong way, but in the other side. One of the many sides of TJ Klune. Super, super beyond recommend these books. And just to tag onto it, because I had already read How to Be a Normal Person, and I'd actually done the audio on that one twice. And then I read How to Be a Movie Star like as soon as it came out, and like devoured it in just like a couple days. I had the rest of the month And so I kept reading TJ Klune, but I wanted to keep it on the happier side. So I did read the At First Sight series up through where it's at, and then the new one of those actually comes out mid-May, like May 14th or May 16th. One of those, I think. I keep getting those dates mixed up, but it's called Why We Fight, and that's the last one of the At First Sight series. So another heartwarming, awesome series that's hilarious as fuck, and super recommend. But that's the with the How to Be series and the At First Sight series. That's definitely the lighter, happier side of TJ Klune.
Yeah, for sure. We've touched on the fact that man can make us ugly cry, as well as just think that the universe is warm and wonderful.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good stuff, man. I'm really glad that we picked these books to be our April pick, because they were just perfect. So good stuff. I know that somebody jumped into our Goodreads group. I think it was Jude jumped in and was talking about how much she appreciates the very honest and well portrayed Ace characters, because I think she is one, or she writes point of view of Ace characters herself, and she's just like, this is great. Like, this TJ does a really good job explaining it without being, kind of shoving it down your throat, and just does a very good job of kind of fleshing out like why it's important that Josie identified as Demi, and the differences between Demi and asexual, and just it's awesome. And I feel like every time that I read one of his books, I learn something a little bit different. And we're pretty steeped into into not the culture per se, but like understanding more of this because of the genre we read. We get to kind of see that show up within the books a lot, which is nice. And of course, being in the community as at large, we meet a bunch of people who fall all over the spectrum. So it's cool to see their stories portrayed very well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So sunshine and happy and great.
Yes. I think everything about all of our April picks, with Special and the How to Be series, and then my accidental reading of the At First Sight series, it's been a happy month. I'm a little terrified of.
I think it aligns well with spring. Spring's all flowers and
sunshine
and chocolate. Yeah, and sunshine. So it works. It's fine.
Yeah, but I know that this happy bubble can't last. I'm terrified to see what May brings us.
Oh God, don't say that. Next month is my birthday, and it's like my writing anniversary. So
that's exciting.
Next month's gonna be super fun.
Oh, maybe I can try to aim to have one of my short stories or something ready for the Maz birthday.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. So that gives me a deadline. You know what I work really well with? Deadlines.
Nice. Now you have one.
Yeah, all of this like, oh yeah, with at your own pace shit means I have laundry to do, and wow, look how dirty that kitchen is, and wow, I guess I maybe should vacuum. My house is so clean.
Yeah. I feel you, dude. I feel you. I need to get crack-a-lack myself, but I'm like, well, I mean, but the dishes need to be put up. Like, just stop it.
All right. Well,
is that everything?
I think that is everything. So come and join us next week when we drop our May top episode and announce our next bottom pick. And until then,
we'll see you next time.
Bye.